Everyone says, the hardest thing to get through is cancer, right? It's the treatment, it's the diagnosis, and yes, absolutely, 200%, that is the hardest part. But what is harder, and this is a secret that I'm going to reveal to you, is when you are declared that you're done with treatment and you're released into the world. Hi everyone, my name is Arathi. I am 33 years old, and I think I started with UFIT maybe about a month and a half ago. I came back to Singapore to start a new job. But just before we came back, I realized that, hey, there was a lump in my breast. And I told my husband, I think it's probably better to get this checked out. So we came to Singapore and, a couple of days after we landed, we went to see the doctor, the breast surgeon. And, the moment I saw the breast surgeon, I think I kind of knew that it was malignant because she kind of expedited all of my tests. So I did a mammogram, a biopsy, and another ultrasound all within a span of about 7 days. At the end of all of that, on October 12, 2022, she tells me that I have stage 2A breast cancer. And then it was a sprint, right? So I did 2 surgeries. Why 2? Because after the first surgery, we realized that there was actually a little bit more cancer in there. Great. So we did 2 surgeries, and then I did 1 round of IVF, which was recommended to me because I could become infertile because of the chemo. That risk was always there. And then I did 4 rounds of chemo after my 33rd birthday. And then I did 5 rounds of radiation, and then now I'm on hormone therapy and ovarian suppression. I exercised throughout chemo. So whenever I say this, people get really confused and shocked, and they're like, what were you doing? But for me, see, what cancer does is it reduces the trust that you have in your body, right? Because it is something that you cannot control. And exercise has always been a way for me to learn how to move in my body and then how this body can move through the world. So by exercising, I began to kind of rebuild that trust that I felt was pretty badly damaged after the diagnosis. So I would walk on a treadmill all the time with my bald head. I went for strength training. I was so the moment I finished chemo, I started strength training. And I think that really, really helped me because one of the side effects of the medication that I'm on is osteoporosis. And I'm 33, right? I don't want my bones to break. With UFIT, I think it's been really fun. I think Ellie keeps really, really pushing me off the edge into the deep unknown. And I like that. I really enjoy it. It keeps my mind active as well, so I can never get complacent in any class. But more than anything else, I feel like, when I come in here, I don't really have to do a lot of the thinking, which really, really helps me. And I come in here and I do what I need to do and my body feels great. But most importantly, my body doesn't feel beat. And I think that's very important for me where I am right now. Whatever exercise I do, even if I'm working out 4 to 5 times a week, I cannot feel beat by the end of it because it takes me a much longer time to recover. So I feel like I'm on a really sustainable path and that's the goal. Like, this is what I need to do. I'm not thinking of it in terms of the next 3 months or the 6 months. I'm thinking about it in terms of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And I think it's really a kind of like paradigm shift that's happening here. I think it's very, very important for me.